welcome back to the Nerd for No Reason podcast. I hope you're ready to talk about a bunch of bloodthirsty vampires, because we sure are. Hey there, I'm Raven. How's it going? I'm one of the hosts.
Hey everybody, I was sitting there thinking, I wanted to do something to honor both of my parents' names. So I took my dad's name and my mom's name, and what's up everybody? I'm Deneverly. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, beautiful.
What's up everybody? I'm Mark. That's not my real name, but that's pretty much how last episode went. When Dumb Bella was naming her dumb baby that dumb name. I'm still upset about it.
Dude, it's okay. Let's be real. Everyone still looks at that name and they're like, But just remember, plenty of people named their child after that.
Yes. And I still don't like it.
Hate to see it.
Oh, man.
What's going on? What's up?
Man, not much. We had a hurricane come through, and my house was relatively unscathed. So that's been like the biggest thing that happened this past week.
For real.
So, did you guys, how much of it did you guys get all the way up there in Tennessee?
We definitely, in some parts of Knoxville, there was a decent amount of flooding and stuff, but they canceled schools because they were like, the roads are going to be all flooded. Nobody's going to be able to do anything. And I still went to work on Friday and drove around Grim and Dog. So it wasn't that bad, honestly. So can't complain. I got a lot of nice, moody weather, which I really enjoy. I know that most people don't like grooming dogs when it's raining outside, but I'm like, oh heck yeah. I don't have to walk out and the sun's blaring in my eyes. It's awful.
Yeah, I think the weather was it was super windy, but by the time the sun came up, at least for me and the people in my immediate vicinity, it was beautiful. Like the sun came up and the clouds kind of cleared away by 9 o'clock, and it just turned out to be really just a beautiful day. And people that were kind of to the east of us by about 20, 30 miles, we have some people that I work with that kind of live out in the country. And they got hit hard. And a lot of people south of us and east of us got hit super duper hard. It's wild. But for a lot of the people that live close to me, kind of in my area, we all went and had lunch together, me and my work buddies. My boss was like, hey, everybody, if you can, let's meet up here at this restaurant at noon. So, we're sitting there. Beautiful, probably nice. The best day we've had. It wasn't hot, wasn't cold. The wind was blowing. I was like, man, this is awesome. So yeah.
Fall is coming. Prepare yourselves.
Yes. Oh, next week, man. Here, temperature's not supposed to be above 80 degrees all week long.
Ooh.
So excited. Hooray for October.
That's so sad. Above 80 degrees. Man. I'd be sweating so bad if I lived there. I don't know how you guys do it. That sounds awful.
Don't get me wrong. My retirement plan is to move up to Minnesota now.
Dude.
Seriously.
Fair enough. I feel that. Ugh.
Oh man! All right, are you ready to talk some moody vampires? Because I'm ready. I'm excited.
Let's talk the cinematic masterpiece that is Breaking Dawn 2 of the Twilight saga. This one did feel a lot more I don't know. You know what? We'll break it down. Mark.
Yes.
How'd you feel about this movie? Give me your deep dive.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about this movie. This movie, by far, was the best. Okay? I actually, I fell into the trap of, oh man, I didn't really take that many notes because I was actually watching this movie. and kind of enjoyed this movie. So there was there was there was a lot going on. There was a CGI baby, which we're going
Ooh,
to talk about in
ooh.
depth later on. Um, I think, well, we'll talk about that. The battle scene, super dope. I love that. Solid entry into the franchise. I still stand by my initial thoughts of the side characters are way more interesting, and the me still not being the target audience. But I did actually like enjoy this one more out of the other previous four movies. So yeah, Raven, what did you think of Breaking Dawn Part 2 Electric Boogaloo?
We boogied with all the vampires. It was great. We had them from all ends of the earth. And we never went to bed. We just partied forever because nobody needs to sleep when you're a vampire. Isn't that crazy?
That
Actually,
is kind of weird.
that they're like, no, vampires don't sleep in this realm. And it's like every other thing is like, yo, we're asleep during the day so we don't burst into flames. Anyways, yeah, no, this one definitely is like such a different vibe than the rest of them, which I do really like it. Like it does feel like I don't know. I don't even know how to like explain the feeling of like it shifts so much more differently into this last and final movie than it does in any of the other movies, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, it's good. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in it and a lot of silly goosing going on in it.
Oh boys, there's some silly goosing.
Oh, we love the silly goose. We love the silly goose. So you want to
Oh
break
yeah.
it down?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's. Okay. Right from the get go. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about the baby because we got to talk about the baby. I was expecting, because I guess the other times that I have seen the baby it must have been either parodies or the behind the scene footage of the animatronic baby.
Fair.
Because now don't get me wrong. The behind the scenes where they show the actual animatronic baby is honked up looking like it's nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it's bad.
This one just looked like bad CGI. And I was like, it looks unsettling, but not as bad as what I want to say I remember. And then I must have seen like another parody or something in passing where it looked like an anime character. So I was like, and I'd never seen like the movie for real, so I didn't know if it was for real or not. And I guess none of those were actually for real. But it was weird the amount of times they used CG for the kid. Even times when I feel like they clearly used it some other times when I'm like, you didn't need to do that. Just show the kid.
Hey,
So,
man, gotta let that baby do its thing. That baby's over there telling you, hey, this is your first interaction with me. What's up? Dude, that baby already had freaking powers. Came out the womb and was like, I don't even need to know how to talk. I'm cooler than almost all of you.
uh,
What? Whose kid is this? 'Cause it ain't Bella's. Let's be real. It's cooler than her.
that baby was vastly cooler than Bella.
You imprinted on my daughter? You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? Dude, it's so funny to see like the differences of like how Edward versus like Bella found out that Jacob imprinted on their 2-day-old daughter.
So so
Insane.
here's here's the thing. And while I don't approve of this, we are going to exist in the realm of this movie. So here's my headcanon on why Edward didn't freak out. Is because Edward can read Jacob's mind. So he read his mind and was just like, "Oh, this is the person that I love." Not like, in a nasty way. And I think
Yeah.
that's the main reason like Edward was like, "All right,
Oh,
cool
yeah.
with it." You know, like I can tell that he's doing what's best for the baby. So we're just going to let this play out. But just know at any moment that I'm going to murder this dude if it goes sideways. But where Bella can't read his mind, she's like, "What? What are you doing?" And her response is justified.
Oh yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Also, she like just woke up. This is like the first human that she's having to like be around. So I'm sure there's a lot of emotions going on. But
Yeah.
she just went and she was like, I'm gonna be stronger than Emmett. I'm gonna be Kavik. Please stop. There's just cars revving outside. He is not having it. Um, she's like, I'm gonna be stronger than Emmett. I'm gonna be like super freaking fast. I got all these sixth senses, which was very interesting to see like her side of just like, whoa, everything is crazy. It's basically like she was on like, I don't know, maybe LSD and everything was just kind of crazy for her. You know? She had that drug vibe going on.
She
She's
did.
just like, how do we ever leave the house now? And I'm like, you have a freaking baby. What do you mean, how do you leave the house? At some point you'll stop screwing around, even though they literally built them a fuck cabin.
Yeah, they did.
That was crazy. They're just like,
Man.
here you go. We all know what you're gonna do over here. We'll hold on to the baby. Have
Right.
a good time.
Go ahead and get it out of your system, guys. Oh, you weren't lying. You were holding back.
He's like,
Shut up.
yeah, no shit.
Now, here's my thing. Bella wakes up and is immediately horned up. She wakes up from being a vampire and she's like, yo, I want two things. I want blood and I want that dick.
On God. She knew what she was about, and then she was like,
Sorry.
yeah, I also have a child here. I want to hold my child. Now I'm done. Thank you. Let's
Right.
go back to the cabin. We'll see you later.
Jeez.
For the last and final time, once again, must reiterate, poor Charlie.
Man.
This poor man.
Man. This dude, he has been through hell these movies. He has tried his best. And he sits down and he's trying to talk to his daughter, and his daughter's just being like, "Oh, can't tell you whatever's going on, blah blah blah." And Charlie seems like a cool enough dude where he'd be like, "You know what? This is weird, but okay." And then especially when when Jacob strips down in front of him and
Man.
turns into a wolf dog, and he's like, "Listen, there's a kid that I've known his entire life just wolfed out in front of me. I don't really know what I believe." And I think that would have been a really good moment. I got to side with Jacob on this one, where they could have been like, "All right, listen, we're vampires. Like, here's things that's going down. We got to get you out of the country because there's this evil, weird vampire mafia that's coming to kill everybody. That's the real danger right now."
Yeah. She'd be like, hey man, some crazy shit's about to go down. Just like, take a little absence of leave. You're good. Dude, it's a good thing he had Sue over there to be like, yeah, I already canceled all your plans. Now we're going fishing. What's up?
Right.
She really came up in there and was like, all right, I know what my plan is, what my job is. Yeah, I cannot imagine. Just like that whole like scene where Charlie's just like, Jake, what are you doing? Put your shirt back on. What are you doing? Please.
That was very funny.
Please. But then he goes to see Bella, and then they're just like, yeah, so anyways, this is our kid now. What? Y'all just got married. And Bella's been like, I don't know, super sick or some shit. Y'all just been hiding her. Crazy. And Charlie's just like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm just glad you're alive.
So weird. So weird. And I can't remember in the books if Charlie actually finds out that they're vampires. I
Dude,
really can't remember.
I am still waiting for the first book to be available for me to listen to it on my library stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's awful. I've been waiting since like the first week that we watched this movie. Anyways,
So the when they're doing the training montage and she's like, "Oh, look at how strong I am, and look at all this, and look at how fast I am, and look at how cool a vampire I am," and then she walks out, and she finally gets her sparkle moment.
I was born to be a vampire. Girl, I love the dramatics. It's pretty good. I
So
liked it. I'm not gonna lie. It just cracks me up just for her to like go stand in that light and just be like, "Huh, so this is what it feels like." I wonder what it does feel like. Like,
so in the books, I believe that they say that while the sun won't necessarily kill them, they can't be out in the sun for a long time. If memory serves me correct, they're like, listen, we don't go out in the sun for a couple reasons. One, because it's going to expose us because we light up like a disco ball. Another one being that it basically it drains them. It makes them real tired and they can't defend themselves. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that tracks. That makes sense. Like it's not a gruesome, violent death, but so.
fair enough.
Um, uh, let's see. I have in my notes and I can't. Oh, um, there's a scene where I guess Edward is talking about, or no, they're doing uh, explaining why there can't be kid vampires, right? And they show the
Yeah.
scene and they end up killing that one blonde
Man.
lady, right? I laughed like a fool because there was this sound when they ripped that lady's head off. And it was like a cartoon. It was like I was watching a Bugs Bunny cartoon, and it was this pop sound,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
like popping a champagne cork. And I laughed and laughed and rewound it and listened to it and laughed some more. And I was like, of all the sounds you could have chosen, you did the cartoon champagne pop sound. Really, it was hilarious to me.
Yeah. No, that was I like that you thought that that was funny. I just like the way that oh heck, what's her name? Uh that Jane just like threw that baby into the fire. She
Oh
literally
yeah,
said, "Okay." Like it was just like, you know, a paper towel in the trash. Cracked me
man.
up so oh my gosh. But like, Irina, you tattletale ass bitch. I get that your mom was the one that turned a kid, but like, screw you for being like, "Excuse me, big boy vampires of the Volturie. I have to report a crime." Hate her.
Yeah. All right. So now we're moving on to the vampire recruitment scene. I enjoyed this. I thought this was fantastic. We get to see what other vampires are like, and they're all cool. We got one that's the Avatar. He
Dude,
controls the elements. We got one that's got lightning powers. We got vampires of the Amazon, and I want to know if they just run around and just sparkle all day long because they're in the Amazon, sunny Amazon jungle. I have so many questions.
yeah. There are some really fun powers going around in there. Uh, at one point, Chris goes, "Yo, look, Green Day came to fight." There was there was like some people that were walking in, and Chris compared them to Green Day, and it was pretty good. I think it was those two. the two guys that came, and they were like, "Who the hell are you?" And they're like, "We just want to fight the Volturie."
Oh, they're like, oi, mate, we're so British. We sure can't wait to fight the Volturie. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah, that was cool. And then you
uh,
find out Bella is a shield. Whoa.
whoa.
That makes so much sense. And everyone's like, oh, that's crazy. She's so much different than the other shields that we've met. What? How many shields have y'all met? How wild and out here.
The part that was so funny to me when they're like, Bella's a shield. She walks up to that one lightning girl. She's like, she grabs her by the arm, like really aggressive, like, show me how to do it. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, hold on
Well,
a second.
she forgets. She's so strong right now because she's still baby.
Yeah, but she's shaking other vampires. Like it shouldn't be that. Like that was an aggressive shake.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, um, I'm just kind of going by my notes here because I guess we got like a little lull in the action where we're like just kind of getting ready where everyone's assembling, and it's just kind of cool to just kind of sit here and vibe like we're getting ready. We know what's happening. The Volturi are like walking around interrogating people, and that's really cool because I have to take a moment. Hold on, I got to look this actor up because I usually have the IMDb pulled up, and I don't right now. But the lead Volturi dude,
For Arrow?
yes, Arrow. This dude, man, let me tell you something. He absolutely 100% he understood the assignment when it comes to uh uh like here's the role that I'm supposed to play. So he was hold on, sorry, I'm trying to do like three things at once and I hear my kids screaming in the background. Arrow, Michael Sheen. This dude was incredible. He was like when they're in the field and what's her face? Alice shows up and he's like, "Oh, it's Alice. Hooray." Like he is just this flamboyant just yes. Just I
Yeah.
love him so much.
Yeah. No. He was good as the like main, especially because like, we'll get to the scene. God, that one killed me. But when that like last Volturi guy, what was his name? Like Marcus or something?
Oh yeah.
Was when he was just like, "Ugh, finally," and then he dies. That one killed me. Uh, but yeah, he was really cool. I really like what's his name? Jamie. Boop-a-doo. Now you got me over here looking through this stuff. Why can I not think of his name?
The vampire is the vampire's name Jamie?
No, the actual actor. Why is he not pulling up? He's literally.
Which one? Was he a Volturi?
Oh, Jamie Campbell Bower. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was the blonde one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the one that's over there like, nah, we should just kill them all, dude. Let's do it. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to those hoes. Just let Jane and Alec do some crazy shit. It's wild out here. Dude, Alec's power? That was cool to see his stuff going on.
Was he the
It's-
smoke monster?
Yeah,
Yes.
the dirt magic.
Yes.
That's what I kept thinking was like, he's just pouring out dirt from his hands. That's crazy out there.
It was very crazy. I really like now that we're kind of getting into it. I really dug this whole scene in the woods, the big vampire fight. This was dope. This was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though it was all a dream, I'm still not even gonna hold them. It was action packed. It was surprisingly gruesome with as little blood as considering there was hardly no blood, but it was legit like action packed and people were falling down cliffs, and it really was like, yes, we are going to fight to our fullest abilities. And they're like causing rifts in the earth, and just uh uh using illusions and all of this other kind of cool stuff that I like seeing vampires do. Because I am one of those cats that if I'm like, hey, we can do all this stuff, yes, I want to see it. I want to see what vampires fighting vampires looks like. I don't want to see sexy vampires. I want to see them fight, especially with werewolves. Ugh, manly.
True. So true. Chris, though, was like, why isn't Rami Malek, like, doing the fire thing? Like, he's over... the whole time he was like, he's just standing there, and then he opens a giant pit in the hole, like the earth. Why isn't he using the fire stuff? He could literally be helping to kill all these fuckers. And I was like, I don't know, man. He's gotta take in the senses of what's going on.
Yeah.
Get his bearings. I don't know. He's the Avatar. Leave him alone.
I think that would have been awesome if he just would have, like, his eyes started glowing and,
Man.
he started floating around and, like...
That would have been sick as
I
heck.
probably would have taken my computer and flipped it off the desk. What? No! Bah!
Let me tell you. So, this movie... What did it come out? In 2012, I think? I think I was I was either a freshman or sophomore when this movie came out. I saw it opening night. And let me tell you, when Carlisle's head was being held in Arrow's hand, oh my God, the way that theater erupted. It was pure chaos. This was like the Twilight fans, like... the crazy Avenger moment when, like, Robert Downey Jr. dies. Like, that's how it felt. Where everyone was just like, oh, no! And then it just, like, kept getting sad and sadder because, like, you see more of, like, your favorite people dying. Like, there goes Jasper. There's Seth. You also got that, like, classic fucking scream. Did you hear it?
I heard it. The Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
I have it in my notes.
And Chris literally looked at me and goes, no fucking shot they used that.
Yeah, buddy.
I was like, oh, that's how it be sometimes. But yeah, all of that to happen, and then Arrow just, like, look at Alice and be like, yeah, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I'm not trying to die. And he's just like, no. We can go home now.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
We killed one vampire. Let's just go ahead and get out of here.
Yep. My bad. I will see you later, alligator.
What? So true. But it was so cool that, like, Alice was like, yo, I found someone that's basically like Renesmee. And he's 150 years old. And he's crazy cool. Because it's just like, how did you find this? I don't even think, like, the FBI could find this. The CIA. What are you doing out here, Alice? Alice and Jasper be on that sneaky shit. Let's be real, because Jasper was like, I got some stuff for you. If you'll go pick it up, Bella. Thanks. How weird. I love it.
Trying to think, like really after that, we're back in the flower patch. Everything's fine. Everyone lives happily ever after. Like, it really, like, once the fight ends, it's like, cool, we're 2 hours into this movie. Let's wrap it up. They waste no time. But I guess we don't really need it, I guess, at this point, because either you're in or you're out by this point. We're 5 movies in.
True.
So.
And then Bella's like, I want to show you something. And then shows this, like, weird little montage that I'm like, how the hell?
Oh.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
How is it that you get little images of yourself and you're like, oh, here it is. Isn't this crazy? Did you get that shit from Alice and now you're just somehow reusing it? So wild out here.
Weird. And then we get.
Also,
Go ahead.
no, please.
No. You go ahead and say, because we're on the tail end. So
I was just gonna be like, also, Jacob trying to ask Edward if he can call him Dad.
oh, great moment.
Sorry, sir. It's actually Daddy. Thanks. Have a good day.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I approve of that joke. I absolutely do.
Thank you.
I was wanting to talk to you about about these fantastic ending credits.
Man.
Everybody,
Whew.
anyone who got a residual check got a little moment in the trailer or in these end credits.
Dude. It was so like it's so beautiful. Even the opening credits were just like beautiful in the way that they did them. And then they went to the end credits with the fucking Christina Perry 1,000 Years or whatever it is song. And it's just like, oh my gosh, so heartfelt, so beautiful. You just want to cry. You watch these kids grow up. Oh my God.
We've been on this journey together, everybody.
Dude.
So
I miss it.
So let me ask you this, Raven.
Yeah.
Franchise as a whole, because this is like right absolutely in your wheelhouse. Franchise as a whole, how do you feel about the entire thing, all 5 movies?
Looking at it now.
Oh yeah, sure,
like that?
Yes.
What? Dude, I still love it. You can't stop me. Ain't nobody stopping me from loving this stupid franchise. You do know that these books were based off of like 50 Shades of Grey in a weird way, right?
Vice versa.
Have you heard that?
Vice versa. Yeah.
Is it really that way?
Yeah. Oh. So the lady who wrote 50
upsetting.
Shades of Grey was writing Twilight fan fiction.
Oh my God,
and it became
that's right. Oh.
So popular that she basically like made it legally different and changed a few things around. And while I have never read and or watched any of the Shades of Grey movies or books, from the people who I have talked to who have read them are like, those books are horribly written, just smutty, just like smutty romance novels.
Dude, my best friend read all of them. And, like, she forced me to watch the first one. We were going to go see something else. And she's like, I'll buy our tickets. And then we watched that. And I was like, this is awful. I hate it. Dude, and I worked at the theater when, like, I think when, like, 2 of them came out. And it was also awful because you heard way too many things about what people would find in those theaters. Nope. It was not for me. I was not wanting to be part of cleanup crew after those theaters let out you. People be doing nasty things in theaters, and I don't understand.
Yeah. I heard a friend of mine went to one of the movies, and I was like, how bad was it? She was like, dude, there were so many middle-aged women that were just hot and bothered that whole movie. And I'm like, man. She was like, yeah, if you would have been around, you would have just had the time of your life. I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Dude, you probably would have went in there and just like laughed your ass off, to be honest. Like, oh, I can't believe these women over here fucking going after this shit.
What's up, ladies?
Y'all ready to watch this man disregard this woman's feelings? Let's go. Oh. Bless.
Oh, all right. Well, you got anything else on Twilight before we move on?
If you guys haven't seen it, please watch it.
Yeah. I will.
You can absolutely hate it. I don't care.
I will
Just
actually
watch
give
it.
credit where credit's due. I think this movie would be so much like. I don't think I'll ever watch this movie by myself again, if that makes sense. But
That's fair.
I will absolutely, if there's a group of us and we know we're going to sit here and like kind of make fun of it, because it's it's kind of like in the Fast and Furious franchise in the kind of the same way where it's like, it's campy. You kind of know what you're getting into. And you're seeing it, and there is a certain little bit of kind of tongue in cheek in the kind of goofiness of it all. And I think if you have the right group of people, you can watch this and have an absolute blast. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
100%.
All right. Well, with that, let's move into my favorite section of every week, where we talk about the fun little things that made us happy, big or small. And just kind of be grateful for those things. So, Raven, let me ask you, what has made you happy this week?
I don't know if you know, but your baby brother turned another year old.
Yeah.
He hit the big 33. What's up?
Yeah, yeah.
So we did a fun little celebration of Chris for his birthday. He took off the whole week, so he was off all week. He made some good dinners. We had he made birria tacos and then a cottage pie, both from scratch. It was great. We went out to eat. We went out and got drinks and did some things with my mom as our chaperone, and that was a little stressful, but we just had a nice little time celebrating his birthday. And then we went home and took a 3-hour nap.
That
it
is
was
awesome.
Fantastic. That was the best part of the day. It's just being like, yo, we're both a little sleepy. You want to go to sleep? And then we woke up and went to Chili's for dinner.
Awesome.
Perfect day. No notes. How about you, Mark? What has made you happy this week?
Oh, I am ready for your scorn, but here we go. I decided to step my foot back into the wonderful world of Warcraft. I went and bought me a little gift card so I didn't have to put in my credit card information and forget about it being a recurring subscription. So I went and was like, you know what? I heard some people talking about it, about this new expansion that come out and how much the game has changed over the years. And I have not legitimately played WoW in like 15 years or more. And I was like, let's see what it's all about. And I'm not going to lie, having a really good time. Having a ball.
Oh, Lord. Nice.
It's been super fun. I haven't been playing with anybody. I'm not doing it super seriously where I'm like, I got to go get and do raids and stuff with people and get all the good gear and stuff. I don't know that many people that play it, and they play it like super hardcore, and I'm not that kind of person. But it seems like the WoW people have kind of streamlined it for a lot of people like me, where it's like, hey, you don't want to play with anybody? We've got tools here to help you level up and get good and learn your character and do some stuff where you don't have to have a group of people. There's one thing where they'll just basically create a group, an automated group for you. And you could run a dungeon or two with this group of AI people, basically. And you still get drops and all this other stuff, and you don't have to worry about someone going, hey man, you fucking suck because you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to do. And I'm like, I can't keep up with all the stuff on the screen because there's too much stuff happening.
So true.
So yeah, it's super cool. And also I've been like, they've done some certain things now where it makes it incentivizes you more to play different characters and races and classes and do all this stuff, at least for me anyway. So instead of me being a warrior who takes stick and beats people over the head with it, I'm like, yo, let me try a magic user, see what happens. And it's been a fun little journey. So yeah, that's what's been making me happy. So maybe in 2 months when my subscription's up, or a month or whatever, whenever my subscription's up, I might be like, you know what? I was doing this raid and this noob came in and I'm trying to get my Mythic Plus Ultra
Nice.
Instinct armor. So,
Dude, I'm here for it.
but
I'll be waiting.
so, so yeah, it's super cool. Raven, tell everybody where they can find us on social media.
If you like this podcast, you can find it on any of your social media platforms except for the TikToks. We do not reside there. We are the Nerd for No Reason. Just look that up. You'll find us. Do it. Thank you. If you want to look for specifically me, you can find me on Twitter at spooky_Raven or Instagram at That's So Raven Ellis. Mark, how about you?
You can find me on all the social medias at Turtles Do It. Also, don't forget to check out the show's YouTube page where you can listen to the podcast there and just kind of have it running in the background. That's probably the best way, you can listen to it. I think Spotify is pretty good. Apple Podcasts is pretty good too. But YouTube, man, just set it up and go for it, man. You'll love it. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to this show. We're coming up on our second year of doing this. And again, I'm super happy to be a part of the show with my friend Raven. And you're going to hear more of this sentiment every week until we hit our 2-year mark. So just go ahead and strap in. Yeah. And
Strap in for the gush.
next week starts spooky season.
Boop, 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 boop.
And I don't even know what movies because I've been sandbagging on so many movies where I'm like, oh, we got to save that one for Halloween. We got to save that one for Halloween. So many scary movies have come out recently.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to turn the reins over to Raven and be like, hey, you pick. So.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after that, it's Thanksgiving season, and then Christmas season. And we still got movies left over from that I got last year that we haven't even watched for Christmas season. So, yeah. And then our end of the year wrap up. Man, the year's almost over with, y'all. Almost.
That's crazy.
It's almost time for our annual nerdies. I got to update the letterboxed thing so I can be like, oh, hey, here's all the movies. So, yeah. Man. All right.
We got slots.
All right, everybody. Well, y'all go and do something wonderful in the world this week.
You guys go ingest all the coolest, newest medias around, and we'll see you again next time on the Nerd for No Reason podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Nerd for No Reason podcast. You can find us on all major social media platforms at Nerd for No Reason. Our podcast music is Memories in 8-Bit by Deanna Joan, aka Fergie's Human. You can follow her on Twitter at Deanna Joan Music and check out her other social media links in the show notes of our podcast.
Sweet. I'm getting the good deets from your child. Aw, shit, I should have asked her about the nitrous gas.
Oh, you want me to call her back in here?
It's up to you, man.
All right, hold on a second. Alice!
Come back here.
Alice!
We got some more weird shit.
Okay, cool. Come here. I have a question for you. Yeah. Me, Raven, and Chris were talking about do kids at your school huff nitrous gas?
Do the whippets.
Whippets or galaxy gas?
Oh, yeah.
I think whippets.
What?
I think whippets.
Whippets?
I think so.
Well, whippets and nitrous and all that stuff is the same. So
Well, I've heard the term whip it.
okay. So but kids, it's like nitrous gas and they breathe it in and,
Yeah.
And then they
they
get
do that.
high.
So do kids at your school do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said yeah with her with her lip curled up like yas. So
Like in class, or just like she knows that that they do it.
So do you know if they do it in class or do you just
Yeah.
know that
I've seen them do it in class.
they do it in class?
Yeah.
I fucking
That's
told
right,
you,
algebra.
ass. Oh my
Holy
god.
shit. Okay, go.
You thought we was out here saying some bullshit.
Man.
Oh man.
Well,
Hold on. I'm gonna text that in the group chat with Chris and be like, Alice confirmed. That's so crazy. What the fuck is wrong with kids?
I don't know.
Bro,
we were talking.
They barely have brain cells now.
I know, right? we were talking at work today. I was talking to this one guy, and we were talking about drugs. And I said, man, like, I can't for the life of me understand how I didn't smoke more weed than I did. And by the times that I smoked weed, all two of them, I really enjoyed it. So it's, you know, and because both of those times were such an enjoyable experience, I was like, man, this is like, you know, how come I didn't do it? Well, when I got out of high school, I went right in the military. Can't do it in there. And then I got out and was in a job where they piss tested me, so I couldn't do it there. And it just never became a thing. And I was like, now, like, I don't want to smoke it because I don't like the way it smells. So, you know, plus I don't want anything that's got like I got to side with Cat Williams on this. I don't want anything like Kill a Skrilla Bomb, nuclear explosion, Doja Bud, whatever. Like, I don't want none of that. Regular weed, marijuana. That's what I want.
Give me the one strain. Thank you.
Right.
Dude.
Like, I wanna enjoy the marijuana, and after I do the marijuanas, I want to sit there and I want to watch cartoons and zone out.
Absolutely.
That's it. I don't want to be paranoid. I don't like when it wears off, I want to be like super hungry and go like eat a stupid amount of pizza.
I like that you say when it wears off, because like when it's going, you're going to be like, "Oh, it's eating time."
I mean,
it's not that it wears off and then you go, "Oh, now I'm hungry." Well, I guess for some people. Yep. I don't know. I guess it's just like a thing.
Here's what happened with me when the first time that I smoked the marijuana. The one of two times, mind you, that I smoked the marijuana is I was with my cousin and his, I don't know, we'll call him stepdad at the time. It was actually like his mom's boyfriend, but we'll just call him a stepdad at this point. And I was staying the night with my cousin, and we were going to the video store, and as we were driving, the boyfriend pulled out a joint and started smoking it, and he goes, "Don't tell your aunt I smoked this in front of y'all." And I was like, "I won't say nothing if you let me hit it." And he goes, "Okay." Now I was like 16. I think I was 16 at the time. So I take a couple hits of it, and me and the dude are passing it back and forth, and my cousin's like, "Let me hit it." And I'm like, "Okay." And we let him hit it, and he doesn't really like inhale, and we're like, "Give me that back." So me and the dude are passing back, and I walk in the video store blasted.
Nice.
And I was in there
to
for
pick a movie to be like,
I was in
yo.
there for a long time, and I was high, so I know I had to have been in there for an hour. And of all the movies I picked a Pauly Shore movie called Biodome. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's about two stoners that go live in some type of enclosed biodome, and you know they have to live there for a year or whatever. It's dumb. It's definitely the absolute right movie you need to be watching high. So then we get back to their house, and we were hanging out with the other kids in the neighborhood. And like I said, I was 16, high as shit, talking to these kids who were like 13, 14 maybe, and they were talking about some wild stuff, and I'm like, "Damn, you are like only 12 and 13, and y'all are talking about this? Y'all are fucked up." Great time. Did not know at the time that you get the munchies when you smoke weed. So we had done cooked out and stuff, and everything was put up. And my Aunt Kathy made this huge tub of peach cobbler. And I was sitting there, I wasn't even paying attention. I was fucking this thing up. I was eating it right out of the tub. Everyone
Hell
else was
yeah.
asleep, and I'm just sitting there. I mean, I'm eating and eating. I go in there and get some barbecue. The next morning, she wakes up and she goes, Who ate all the damn peach cobbler? I didn't eat it all, but damn, I ate a lot of it. And
Close
she's
enough,
like,
yeah.
Who ate all the peach cobbler? And I'm like, hell, I guess it was me. What? What'd you eat all that for? I'm like, I don't know. And then
Aw.
and I was like, yeah, it was me. No, I was eight. Oh, yeah, I was tearing it up, dude.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And
You
that's
said-
marijuana talk.
You said I didn't know, and then I fucked this food up.
Man, I'm telling you, I was so scared to come home because I was like, man, because I was like, Jane is gonna say something.
Oh,
I was like, Jane is gonna smell weed on me. I was like, I called my dad. I was like, hey man, I want to stay an extra night. He's like, okay, and I ended up staying the whole weekend there because I was like, I'm scared to come back home because Jane's gonna be like, oh man, why is this weed? You've been smoking weed? I'm like, I just don't even want to have that fight.
that's
you know.
so funny.
So, and then like I get home and she's like, you smell like cigarettes. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm sorry. There you go. There's the clothes. Let's wash them.
Oh, that's so funny. To see how times change. Because, dude,
Don't tell me she smokes weed now.
she doesn't smoke weed. We did find out like a few years ago that Chad had been hanging out with some stoners, and his mom was like, I'm pretty sure he's over there doing the marijuanas. And we were like, yeah, he's a high school kid. What do you expect? I don't think I'm trying to think if he actually like does it now, but there's definitely like some edible stores here. And Chris like gave some to his mom to be like, here, try these. Maybe it'll help you for like some of the pains and aches that you always fucking have. I don't know if she's tried it yet, but she was like, oh, okay. That sounds great. I'll try it. I was like, all right.
I want you. I really wish you could. I really wish you knew Jane when she was married to my dad,
Man.
because it
things
is a
that I hear.
completely different person.
Oh, I can imagine. It's basically, well, I look at it in the same light as I like look at my grandparents, because honestly, like the way that my aunts and my father would talk about my grandfather busting their asses, and then I came along and he's like, "Ah, my sweet little baby angel," and it was like, we don't drink, we don't cuss, we don't do anything bad. Grandpa over there doing his shit, whatever. And I'm like, I know if we could give this man just like the tiniest little edible, he'd have the time of his life. I was like, let's
Get him.
I was like, to my aunt, I was like, Grandpa definitely smoked weed when he was younger. She was like, hell yeah, he did. And Mom still had no idea. I'm like, bless her. She thinks the smell of marijuana is like the smell of trash. We literally walked past some lady one time as we were walking into like, hey, you're okay. We were walking into a Panda Express. A woman walks past us. I can definitely smell that she smells like weed. But there was a full trash can like on my side. And my mom walks past this woman. She goes, ew, they need to take out that trash. And I was like, bro, this woman knows nothing.
That's funny.
Dude, it's insane to hear how little she knows about so many things in life. That my grandfather's just like, I don't want to talk about that with you, Debbie. Okay. Sorry. One of the dogs just let out a burp, and it was Kavik. Kavik let out a little burp, and then he like always looks so disappointed in himself. He's like, why did I do that? That's not gentlemanly. but he's the biggest asshole in the house. So, anyways. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Nerd for No Reason podcast. I hope you're ready to have an everlasting quench of blood. Thirst. It's not quench. God damn it. We're restarting that. That's so embarrassing. Who am I?